Wednesday is International Holocaust Remembrance Day, a way to honor the 6 million Jewish victims and the millions of other victims as well. Here this morning is Steve Geiger with the Mensch International Foundation. Welcome, Steve. It's good to see you again.
Good morning. Thank you, Joe, and thank you for having us here.
Well, it is my pleasure. Take us back, if you will, to January 27th, 1945, and to Auschwitz. What happened?
The Russian Red Army, thankfully, make no difference who it was, liberated Auschwitz, which was the worst of the death camps, although there were several other death camps. One of them, Mauthausen, where my father was in at that time, which was not liberated until the following year, May the 5th. So this was the first one to be liberated. By this time, over 1.5 million people were murdered at Auschwitz.
And so on this day, this is also really about education, so that people do not forget.
Well, you know, there's an old saying, adage, I didn't make it up, that those who forget history or the lessons of history will live to repeat them.
And so is it harder as time goes by to keep the remembrance alive so that people do not forget?
It's only difficult is that little by little, the survivors, which is the first person accounting of what happened to them, are disappearing. They're dying. And now it's up to second generation like myself, whose parents were involved. The third generation, I have a son who's 32 years old. He's very smart. He knows all about it. But he does not, it's not part of his brain on a day-to-day basis. So the question of how many generations it takes for it to be of less interest is really unknown, but it does disappear. You know, the longer time goes by, it disappears. Now, 12 states out of the 50 have mandatory Holocaust education, only 12. California is included, and we are working with the schools in this area to give them materials to teach. We just sent them the books Be a Mensch, written by Alex White, who is now 96 years young. I just spoke to Alex yesterday. He survived the Holocaust, but his father did not. And he wrote the book Be a Mensch, which were the last 3 words that his father told him before they took him to Auschwitz, never to be heard from again. And on this book, we suggest that the students read it. These are 8th graders, 9th graders, 10th graders, and write essays about it. And we will honor those essays that we choose to be the best ones.
And there were 2 that were singled out as possible winners, I understand.
Exactly. From the Palm Valley School, both of them, 2 young people. One's a lady called Lily Jones. The other one is a boy, Kyle Knight. Kyle Knight is 14 years old. Lily Jones is 13 years old. They wrote wonderful essays.
For those who don't know what a mensch is, tell us.
Well, the word Mensch itself is a German word meaning human being, just in a dry sense, human being. But in Yiddish, which was spoken in the shtetls of Poland and Belarusia and other parts of Russia where Jews congregated, they were not allowed to be in many of the big cities anyway, much of the 18th century and 19th century as well. And Yiddish was spoken, and the word Mensch became part of the vernacular of being a very, very good human being. This is the way you pointed to somebody, this guy is a Mensch. He's a real Mensch.
And it's a good thing, isn't it?
It's a very good thing.
You have an event that's happening on the 27th. People can participate, this time, though, by Zoom.
Usually we've had this program every year at the Palm Desert Civic Park, where there's a Holocaust Memorial. This time we're doing it on Zoom. And if people send us an email to Civic Park Memorial, all one word together, Civic Park Memorial @gmail.com, we're happy to send them a Zoom code and they can join us on the program.
Steve, thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Joe.